Listen, let the bike drop between your legs, okay? Let the bike drop between your legs. Okay. Hold on, this is my bike. You're gonna get it back. We ain't taking your bike. You will go to the ground. You will go to the ground. Put your hand behind your back. Hey, stop.
Let's do this. I didn't do nothing, no.
Stop.
Cops are meant to serve and protect, but what happens when bully cops push their power too far? In this video, we're diving into the most jaw-dropping cases of officers who thought they were untouchable until they crossed a line they couldn't come back from. Stay tuned to see how their arrogance was met with justice they never saw coming.
Hey, sir, just pull over, all right? You're gonna get hurt. I'm gonna use force to stop you if you don't stop. Stop.
Around 1 p.m. in Albuquerque, New Mexico, on January 11th, police officers stopped Xavier Benitez, mistaking him for a wanted suspect. What started as a simple misunderstanding quickly spiraled into a chaotic pursuit. Instead of correcting their error, the officers doubled down, turning an innocent bike ride into a dangerous confrontation. But believe me, this was just the beginning of a much darker turn.
You're not free to leave. Stop. Hey, brother, just stop, all right? You're detained. You're not free to leave. You need to stop. Just stop and talk to us then. You're detained. You're not free to leave. Just stop.
Yeah, some more. Just in case you make too violent with them and they're going to have to get him off his bike.
Hey, stop. You need to stop.
He's approaching interesting.
Hey, sir, just pull over, all right? You're gonna get hurt. I'm gonna use force to stop you if you don't stop. Stop.
He's gonna flee northbound towards Central again.
Officers ordered Xavier to stop, but he fled on his bicycle, allegedly ignoring their commands. Sure, Xavier shouldn't have run, but the officers were wrong first. They misidentified him with no evidence. Their mistake turned into an escalating pursuit, fueled by both sides' actions. Instead of resolving the error, the officers' focus shifted to control, and this was only the start of a much bigger problem.
Hey, come here. Come here. Police department. You're detained. You're not free to leave. Come here. Hey, stop. Police department, stop.
Xavier kept running, ignoring the officer's orders to stop, only digging himself deeper into trouble. Every turn of his wheels brought him closer to the inevitable. His ride couldn't last forever. When it ends, things are bound to take an unexpected and dramatic turn.
Hey, stop. Police department, stop. Stop right there. Stop. No. Oh. What street is this?
I'm gonna use force. Just stop. Just stop. I'm gonna use force. Just stop.
A brief chase ended with Xavier in handcuffs, even after officers realized he wasn't the suspect they were after. It was a mistake, not the only one. This was just the beginning of a series of blunders that would make the situation spiral out of control. If you think this was bad, you won't believe what came next. Things were about to go from wrong to much, much worse.
Just stop. I'm gonna hurt you. Get on the ground. Just lay down before I hurt you. Just squat. Just stop. Just stop before I hurt you. You're not free to leave. Just stop before I hurt you. He's good. He's good.
I didn't do nothing.
All right, listen. Hey, listen. I'm Officer of the Albuquerque Police Department. You're not free to go. Hands behind your back. You're just detained right now.
Why?
We believe you're someone who has a warrant for their arrest.
Can you look at my name?
Yes, we will. Absolutely. Now cooperate. Let go. Let us put the handcuffs on you. There you go.
Please.
Listen, let the bike drop between your legs, okay? Let the bike drop between your legs.
Okay. Hold on, this is my bike.
You're gonna get it back. We ain't taking your bike.
bike!
Step off and over this way.
That's my bike!
You take a step back. Listen, pick up this leg. Pick up this leg, sir.
When the cops began questioning Xavier, it became clear he had mild mental issues, acting like a child as they took him off his bike. Yet it never crossed their minds that his running might have been a game to him, a result of his condition rather than defiance. But don't assume this realization would change how the officers handled things, because what happens next will leave you speechless.
Pick up this leg.
Hold on.
There you go. Don't try and fight or flee or we're gonna hurt you, okay? We don't want to hurt you. Come on this way.
115 for units 10-4.
I didn't see 29.
No?
Okay.
10-4.
Nobody watching phone? No, that's not there. No, I don't. You don't guys with my coat.
10-4 here, 1307.
I'm gonna pass you down for weapons, okay? Okay. Right.
It is Javier though. Javier, why are you running, man? You don't have nothing to run from.
Frank 121.
Why are you running, Javier?
10-4.
I thought it was Justin. He was just
I
like,
was just riding my bike. I was trying to wait till I get something to drink.
At one point, the cops were careless enough to admit on body cams they were looking for someone named Justin, confirming they knew Xavier was the wrong person. But even with the truth out, none of them attempted to de-escalate. Their bruised egos took precedence over common sense. If you think this was the peak of their stubbornness, think again.
All that is 49 real quick.
Come on over here.
I seriously took call. That was my last call.
We're not gonna leave you bike there, okay? In the car, all the way in the car. Get up. Sit up. You need to sit in the car so I can close the door, okay? Just sit on the seat there, okay? You're gonna sit right there.
Want to try to sit 10-16 that was not all clear. I'll go.
Hang tight. I know those cuffs aren't comfortable. I'm gonna come back and fix them in just a moment, okay? Take a couple deep breaths.
Another cop arrived on the scene, even though there were already plenty, just to tell Xavier that he was under arrest, despite everyone knowing he wasn't the right person. This wasn't about justice, it was about their bruised egos. But the illegal arrest was only the beginning. What followed next was another blatant violation, pushing the situation into even murkier territory.
Here. Go ahead and step out. I'm gonna fix those handcuffs because I know they're not comfortable, okay? And just so you know, at this point in time, you are under arrest, okay? For evading police officers, okay? And you're gonna be having a warrant issued by the probation office, okay? Because you evaded police. Separate your feet. Separate your feet. Thank you, sir. Now, I'm just gonna adjust these handcuffs, okay? So they're comfortable. I know that they're kind of tweaked up right now, okay? You good? Okay. Where's my keyholes on these suckers? Those are yours, right?
Yeah, they're like right here.
On the back?
No, like right in here.
Oh, I see. Yes, I see them. I got you. Yeah, just relax your hand. That's good. That's perfect. That's actually good. Thank you.
The cops decided to search Xavier, even though it was clear he had done nothing wrong. Maybe they hoped to find anything to justify their actions and cover their tracks, but here's the real question. Did their desperate search reveal anything incriminating, or did it only add to the growing list of their missteps? Well, the answer will only make things worse.
You're yelling in the background. You guys use polar.
Just stand right here and face the vehicle, please.
Uses 57 marijuana. It looks like he's a Mario Nathaniel. He's an SMA 22, 5'7", 130. He's wearing a black hoodie, black pants. Actually, black hoodie, black shirt, blue pants. He has a beard.
Looking for acne for your
I'll
nose,
try to get further.
a hat, and peanut butter, a sock.
Okay. So the peanut butter is not something I'm going to be able to keep because it's perishable. Okay. That's gonna have to, and that sock that's now soiled with peanut butter gonna have to be thrown away. Okay.
There's a Roku remote, and then a little flashlight.
Despite their efforts, the police found nothing but an open jar of peanut butter, one sock, and a TV remote in Xavier's pockets. If you recall, I mentioned his mild mental issues, and this only confirms it, but none of this mattered to the cops. Instead of a reevaluation of their actions, they doubled down, treating Xavier like a criminal. And if you think this couldn't get any worse, there is more to come.
Jackie, man, where'd you get it? I bought it at Burlington.
Is that remote something you need to keep? What's up with that remote? Everything that's soiled with the peanut butter is not going to be able to be kept, okay? You can remain in this shirt though, we're not going to have to worry about that.
It was really good price. Yeah. You know?
Separate feet for me. Hold on a second. Thank you.
I don't know really what the temperature tell you, but it sounds like 2 or
Any more pockets?
Once Xavier was in the back seat of the police car, the officer who had searched him started asking questions, testing how much Xavier understood. It quickly became clear that Xavier struggled to answer even the simplest of questions. The way he spoke, confused, vulnerable, and childlike, was heartbreaking to hear. But you are wrong if you think this moment would lead to compassion from the officers.
Ford, you need it?
It's for like the Roku TV.
Where's the Roku TV? Is it your TV? Whose TV is it?
It's like at the house.
At the house?
Yeah.
Okay, so you need to keep this, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Again, this is gonna have to be. Is this go to your mom's house?
Like, honestly, just get rid of all that, and I just want what's up there.
Okay. Do you want the remote kept? You want me to toss it away?
I don't care.
Okay. All right.
Like I just want what's mine, you know, up there.
I understand. Does the remote belong to your mother, though? Is what I'm asking.
I don't know. Like,
okay. Where did it come from?
Probably just get rid of it. I don't want it.
Understand.
Because it doesn't.
Okay.
Don't drop any of that.
I won't lose your money, sir.
During their conversation, the officer uncovered a heartbreaking truth. Xavier had run away from home because he broke something, and he feared his mother's reaction. He wasn't fleeing the police. He'd been running long before they spotted him. The pursuit didn't just escalate the situation, it amplified the fear and confusion already consuming him.
I worked really hard for that.
Yeah, we're good now. No, I think it's good.
Okay, I need you to know one other thing, Javier, okay? I understand that there was a police incident earlier today because of an issue you had with your mother, and I guess something had gotten broken, okay? And I need you to understand Officer Potter let me know that he's going to be issuing you a summons to respond to court for that
You can
incident.
get rid of that rubber thing too. I don't want it.
This?
Yeah.
So just so you know, you're going to be getting a summons in the mail at some point. You'll have to respond to court because of that incident from earlier today. And that's going to be separate from this. This is going to be a whole different thing going on. Okay? Stuff that we have here for you will be saved, okay? All right? Hang tight. We'll be moving.
Xavier was arrested and charged with multiple offenses, including resisting an officer and minor traffic violations, despite the bully cops who realized they had gone too far. He pleaded not guilty and missed a court date, leading to a warrant for his arrest. The question is, do these bully cops who knew they had gone too far yet still arrested him deserve to be held accountable? On January 17th in 2024, in Florida, Tallahassee police identified a vehicle reportedly listed as stolen. When the driver fled on foot, officers began a pursuit. Along the way, neighbors confirmed they didn't know the man, but the police didn't stop. Instead of listening, they pressed on, ignoring clear evidence. Their actions raised a troubling question: what would it take to make them stop?
What's your 20?
Go, straight back. What's first directed on my idea?
7.
Pepper.
Well, black and gray hoodie. The hood was gray over his head.
Hey. Hey, you guys know whose car this is?
No, I just looked out the window. I heard my sister pull up.
Okay.
And I seen the car behind hers.
Okay.
I saw the guy get out and
You
I
did?
locked the door. Yeah, today.
Okay, are you guys okay? No one tried to get in the house
No.
today? Okay, so ladies, stolen vehicle. One of my guys was pulling up, and then it pulled up into this yard, and then dude ran. We didn't know if he went in the house or...
No, nobody came in.
You guys are okay?
Yeah, nobody came in
Okay.
here.
I was sitting in the car, so when I got out the car, he didn't know I was in here. When I
Okay.
got out the car, he got out and he
Hey.
looked at me and
Good
said,
description. Black guy, white guy, Hispanic
Black
guy.
guy.
Black guy, did you see what he was wearing?
I saw glasses. All I saw and a hoodie.
Yeah, a hoodie or
What
a
color?
hoodie.
What color hoodie?
Green, olive, maybe.
Officers kept questioning neighbors, and every single one of them confirmed they didn't know their suspect. Still, the police ignored them, determined to continue. Then, unexpectedly, they spotted the guy, later identified as Kelly, casually strolling down the street. What started as a simple chase was about to take a much more interesting and unexpected turn.
I was looking out the window through the tree right
Did you
here.
see the? Did you see the?
Black.
It was a black hoodie.
Yeah, and I saw glasses. That's all I could see.
Hang on one second, ladies. Okay, stolen car. Give him just a minute, dear. We'll try and get you guys out, but... Hey, man, are you working?
Yes, we're supposed to be working at this
Hey, is there somewhere else you could pull over while I got to deal with this stolen vehicle right now? Or come back in a minute or something?
Fine if we call the landlord and see what to do.
Yes, please.
So they gotta get
Because this is a stolen vehicle and we're about to have traffic from the school coming through. Well,
Hey, how's it going, man? You come talk to me real quick? Where you stay at?
Huh?
Where you stay at? Can you hands out your pockets for me?
Huh?
Hands out your pockets for me. Where you stay at?
I stay not too far here.
Where's not too far from here?
Right here in Bradford Oaks.
Where's your jacket at?
What jacket?
Did you just come out of that car out there? Be honest with me.
No, I did not. I swear.
Where'd you come from right now?
I was just talking to the guy that worked right there.
Okay.
Yeah.
What else? Where'd you get the scratch at?
What scratch?
On your eye.
Probably for Rocky.
All right. Why y'all dirty?
Kelly, out of breath with a scratch on his face, immediately caught the officers' attention. They assumed he was their suspect, ignoring the glaring fact that the man from the stolen car wore a black sweatshirt and Kelly was dressed in bright colors. Without verifying, the cops zeroed in on him. From the start, it was clear they weren't after the truth, just someone to blame, and Kelly became their target.
Because I was just working.
Working for who?
I work for a lot of people in this world because I do landscaping.
What's your name?
TK.
TK what?
TK.
All right, put your hands behind your back for me.
What?
Don't.
What y'all arresting me?
Don't.
What?
Don't.
What I do?
Hey, you will go to the ground.
What I do?
You will go to the ground.
What y'all arresting me?
Put your hand behind your back. Don't
What
resist.
anything?
Hey, stop.
A student said I didn't do nothing though.
Stop.
What y'all arresting me for nothing?
We're gonna figure that out.
What y'all doing this? I'm just walking down the street.
His hand's all cut like he went over that fence. This is him.
No, it's not.
Stop.
Why y'all? What are y'all doing?
You will get dropped. You
I
understand
did
me?
nothing, sir. Dude, I did nothing wrong. Why y'all?
Hey, we're 1015. This is gonna be our guy. He's
I
got a
didn't
cut
do
on his hand like he went over the
anything,
fence.
I didn't do nothing.
Okay, where's your jacket?
The police convinced themselves that Kelly was their suspect, assuming he had changed clothes while running, rather than admitting they had the wrong person. Logic took a backseat to their stubborn determination. Meanwhile, the real suspect, the one who actually stole the car, was already long gone. By the time they realized their mistake, if they ever did, it was far too late.
What jacket? I don't have a jacket.
Okay, let's walk. Walk over.
Why is y'all arresting me? Man, I'm just walking down the street. Y'all serious right now?
Against the car.
Bro, I did nothing wrong.
Your 1015?
Y'all serious
Yeah,
right
it's
now?
simple.
What y'all doing? All I'm doing is walking down the street.
Okay, you can play that game.
I'm not playing no game. So I did nothing wrong.
Are you good? I'm gonna walk back here and see if his jacket's down here.
What jacket?
Just hang tight with him. Hey, so what's your name? Javante. All right, my name is Officer Fisher. All right, obviously we're for the police department. All right. Just had a stolen vehicle and someone run from me. All right. Pants and shoes match what you're wearing. All right. They jumped a fence in the backyard. You got a cut on your hand that's consistent with jumping a fence.
The officers placed Kelly in the back of the police car and began questioning him. Kelly calmly explained he was just walking around, but the officers dismissed his words as part of some game. The real issue? One officer was fixated on the idea that Kelly had changed his clothes. Instead of pursuing the actual suspect, he wasted time searching for a jacket he believed Kelly had ditched during the chase.
Thanks. All right, I've been doing this job for quite a while. All right, I wasn't born at night. All right, you know, I wasn't born last night.
I didn't do anything, sir.
Okay.
I never been arrested before in my life. I never been arrested.
So we're not gonna find your jacket back there in the backyard?
I don't have a jacket, sir.
Okay. So where are you coming from right now? Right before?
I was walking up the street. I was just walking up the street. Then I stopped to talk to that dude.
Okay. Where were you walking? Where were you walking to?
I was just walking. I was actually looking for some wood.
Okay. Why wouldn't you give me your name then if everything's on? I'm just curious.
What you mean I want to give you my name?
You just said TK. What's TK?
That's what my nickname.
Okay.
That's what the people call me.
All right.
You didn't ask for my full name. My name is.
Okay. So, if we do a DNA test in that stolen car, your DNA is not going to be in there?
The officer claimed Kelly's refusal to give his name made him suspicious, yet Kelly had done nothing wrong and was fully within his civil rights to remain anonymous. These officers, who once swore to protect constitutional rights, now seem determined to trample them. Instead of respecting the law they were trained to uphold, they use their authority to intimidate. Unfortunately, their disregard for those rights is only beginning.
Listen, you can go ahead. I didn't touch nobody's car, bro.
Okay. I'm going to read you this, all right? Because I'm going to ask you some pointed questions. You're in custody, all that stuff, all right?
I'm in custody?
Yeah. You're in handcuffs in the back of a car, right? You're being detained.
Yeah, but if you read my rights, then I'm being arrested.
No, not necessarily.
How?
It's because I have to inform you of your Fifth Amendment right, okay?
Okay.
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say.
There's two guys from McNeil Plumbing here, so they got a good look at the suspect's face. You want to do a show up with them?
That would be awesome, yes. You gonna say anytime to exercise
these
these rights?
whip over here, there's two guys 10-12.
And not answer any questions or make any statements. You understand each of these rights I've explained to you?
Yes, sir.
All right, before I come and talk to you, did you request anybody to talk to a lawyer? Have you asked for a lawyer yet?
Still convinced he had done nothing wrong, the officer finally explained to Kelly why he was arrested, long after he should have. But as you'll soon hear, his reasoning didn't add up. It sounded more like he was trying to justify an arrest he knew was unnecessary than enforcing any real law. And if you think this explanation will clear things up, don't be surprised.
Take one and tell me what to do the other.
All right, having these rights in mind, do you wish to talk to me about what's going on?
I don't know what's going on.
All right, yes or no? Do you want to talk to me about what's going on? So I can.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Later,
All right.
6-1, can one of you guys contact trying to help?
Yeah, I'm on my way back.
Just had someone in a stolen car run from me. Okay?
Understood, sir.
You're in the area. You have a cut on your hand. The person jumped the fence, okay? Where you got your cut on your hand is consistent with somebody who would have cut their hand jumping the fence. Okay? Now, you self-admittedly, you don't live in this area, okay? It sounds like you live at the Kearney Center? Okay. When I get out with you, I ask you for your name. Now, and I don't mean this with hold on. I don't mean this with any disrespect, but I don't know you.
The officer, fully aware he was in the wrong, refused to admit it. Instead, he escalated the situation by sending his colleague back to the neighbors, hoping one of them would confirm Kelly was the person they saw exiting the stolen car. His stubborn persistence seemed desperate, but the real question is, will it actually pay off, or will it only dig the hole deeper?
Step out.
How you doing?
Just look that way. Look at that car. All right, have a seat.
Going back and forth between yes and no, leaning negative.
Temple. Hey, go talk to that pest control guy if you would, please, because he was talking to him and see if he knows.
Talking to him?
Yeah, they were talking when I first saw him walking down the street.
I was just asking him about the job. That's
Right, I got you. Well, when you're playing decoy and trying to avoid the cops, you kind of start having conversations.
I wasn't trying to avoid y'all. I stopped when y'all stopped.
Hey, Fisher. He didn't talk about much, but he said that he was completely out of breath.
Okay, Temple.
Alright, you.
Hey, so we're gonna continue lying like I'm stupid.
I didn't do nothing wrong.
Okay, you're. Okay. Step out. Let's look at that car.
Please 629 dispatch. Yeah, well 632, please.
To the officer's surprise and perhaps disappointment, not a single neighbor confirmed that Kelly was the person they were looking for. But instead of admitting his mistake, this only bruised the ego of the bully cop even more. Realizing he had gone too far, he did what any bad cop might. He doubled down and started lying to cover his tracks, and trust me, the lies didn't stop there.
Terrible.
All right, let me see.
Alright, he says he does it now.
Okay.
You're advising police 64.
Are you still sticking to your story?
That's a 340 just switch over to Northwest.
You still sticking to your story?
I didn't do anything, sir. We're just walking down the street, man. So what you thinking? We don't have enough for it?
Yes.
You do?
Yep. Based on, he was out of breath up there. The pants and shoes match from what I remember seeing because my camera got covered by the jacket. He's got the cut on the hand, which is consistent with coming over the fence. I didn't hit the lights. I just hurried up and got there. So I got a question for you.
Yeah.
There's video over there at the house. Sees you walking through the garage.
The garage.
Are you?
You see me?
Yeah. Are we still gonna play dumb?
You sure it's me?
Can you believe this cop actually claimed there was video evidence of Kelly running through yards and garages? Even after being told yet again that Kelly wasn't the person they were looking for, he stuck to his fabricated story. Who's going to tell this officer that just because he says something, it doesn't make it true? But knowing him, the truth won't stop him from digging an even deeper hole.
You're in handcuffs, right?
You been had me in handcuffs.
You're still saying you had nothing to do with that stolen car.
I'm telling you, I didn't steal any car.
Okay. How'd you get the car then?
What car?
Come on, man. Like I'm trying to be straight up with you,
I
right?
didn't do anything. I didn't do anything.
Okay. So we're still gonna play the you cut your hand on some branches that I saw you picking up that you didn't even
do anything, sir.
Okay. Well, you're under arrest. Okay.
For what?
Grand theft motor vehicle and providing false information to law enforcement.
You have no proof of that. I didn't do anything.
Okay. Okay. You'll have your day in court.
So you just gonna arrest me anyways?
Because I have probable cause to believe you stole that vehicle.
How? All I was doing walking down the street.
I saw you run from the car.
No, you didn't. You didn't see.
Kelly was arrested and charged with grand theft of a motor vehicle, providing false identification and resisting arrest without violence, all without evidence. Shockingly, the officer responsible faced no consequences even though his actions deserved to cost him his badge. And if you thought this case was bad, brace yourself, the next encounter takes police misconduct to an even more disturbing level. Speaking of bully cops who realized they had gone too far, let's talk about the Cape Coral Police Department officers who decided to spice up a boring day by targeting someone they thought couldn't fight back. Their victim, an 80-year-old woman sitting alone in her car in a parking lot minding her own business. From the very start, it's clear this encounter is headed nowhere good.
Put the car in park for me.
What?
Put the car in park. You're not free to leave yet.
Listen, I have to. I'm waiting for you.
Okay, well, you're not free to leave yet. Ma'am, I'm going to tell you, put the car in park, please.
Listen to this. This car was damaged.
I'll listen to what you have to say, but put the car in park first.
To stay here, and I want to see what's the damage because I'm not damaged by it.
Okay, put the car in park so we can talk. You're not free to leave.
How long?
Until I feel that you're ready to go. Put the car in park. Ma'am, put the car in park. It's in neutral. Put the car in park. Put the car in park. Turn the car off and step out here. Turn the car off and step out. out here. Leave your stuff there.
Unbelievable. This woman.
Okay, we're gonna talk. I just got here, so I need.
Without much explanation, the police ordered the elderly woman out of her car to fill out a report, claiming she was involved in an accident. Whether they made it up or simply had the wrong person, one thing was clear. They already decided what they had wanted that day. No matter what this poor woman said, it was obvious they weren't interested in the truth. From there, things only went downhill.
You need to explain to me what happened.
Nothing happened because damage I have 5 months ago. That's it. Not more than. But this woman or man, I don't know, lived supposed to be stay here. If she has accident, she is supposed to be stay. And I want to see what damage I have.
Okay, from what I understand, the vehicle that you hit was unoccupied. They didn't know that there was damage to their vehicle, which is why he's here to do a report. Okay?
How long? You know, I have an appointment.
Okay. So you were in an accident, correct?
No. I don't
Okay, well
have
there's witnesses saying they saw you hit a parked vehicle.
I park here. I park here.
Okay.
Where is the
Where's the damage to your vehicle? Mike, the wheel witness is still here?
Actually, no. He worked here. He was getting off. I have some information.
Okay.
5 months ago, somebody hit me.
Is this the damage from the...
Yeah.
The woman explained that she had been driving over 60 years without a single accident, but when officers realized they couldn't charge her with that, they shifted tactics. Deciding she was either too old to drive, they began bombarding her with random questions, testing her awareness. It wasn't about fairness or safety, it was about finding any excuse to justify their actions, and sadly, this was far from over.
That's the damage. She says it was old damage. I didn't see
This
the
is
other
very
car.
old
It was a Nissan
damage.
Rogue. Had some minor damage on it from what
I
the
was
witness said.
hospital.
But he's reporting that.
And
He's
this is
reporting.
not
I guess he was
fixed.
leaving for work, and he saw leaving from work. He saw the whole thing happen.
Okay. But you have his phone number and all that? Okay. So you don't know that you got in an accident?
No, never. Sorry, 6 years I drive car, never. Accident, never have. Ticket, never have. Everything.
Okay.
And this is damage at that.
What's your first name?
Natasha.
Natasha? Okay. Let me ask you some silly questions, okay? What year is it right now?
Where I am?
What year?
Now,
Correct.
2019.
Okay, and what city are we in? Last silly question, who's the president?
Trump.
Okay. Do you take any medications that you're not supposed to drive with?
No.
No. Do you take any medications at all? No. Nothing.
The officer noticed the woman leaning against her car, struggling to stand. When asked, she explained she had recently had hip surgery and was still in pain. You'd think this would inspire some compassion, but instead it became just another detail for the officers to twist. Remember this moment, because knowing what comes next will make it all the more horrifying.
Okay. Do you have trouble standing?
Standing?
Standing, yeah, because you're leaning against your car. I'm just wondering if you have some kind of impairment, physical limitation that would prevent you from...
I have surgery. I broke my legs.
Okay.
But I can't stay normal. Stay normal, walk normal.
Okay.
Can have
Have you drank any alcohol today?
alcohol?
Alcohol, yeah.
Never.
Liquor, beer, anything?
Never.
Never. Okay. All right. Well, here's the thing. We're done with the crash. Are you done with the crash investigation?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to give them information on my IR with her information. I don't know the other person's information, only a name. And then I told them the
410-4K. Can I get another code 10?
the supervisor there can give it to her so she can go to...
The cops claimed the crash investigation was over, but instead of walking away like any reasonable person, they doubled down. One officer decided to launch a new investigation, this time trying to prove the elderly woman was unfit to drive. Ignoring her explanation about recent hip surgery, he fixated on her inability to stand as evidence. What follows next is beyond shocking and a true display of their relentless overreach.
The station and get her information to make a report.
Okay. All right. So, before we go anywhere, the crash investigation is complete, okay?
Okay. Can I move?
No,
Why?
not yet. I'm trying to explain that to you if you give me an opportunity to, okay?
I wait for my doctor.
Okay, and I'm sorry to hear that, but we're not finished here. Ma'am, come here. I'm not done with you. So at this point, like I said, the crash investigation is complete, okay? I'm showing some indicators that you might not be safe to drive.
Are you safe?
Okay, well,
Wait a second.
we're here for a reason, okay? You were in an accident. You're not able to stand up. You didn't put the car in park. When I asked you to put the car in park, you reached up to turn the windshield wipers on.
Officer Maduro ignored everything the elderly woman explained and demanded she perform a field sobriety test, starting with it following the tip of his pencil with her eye. Despite the absurdity and disrespect of the situation, the woman complied with remarkable patience, far more than most could muster. Maduro's actions showed a complete lack of decency, proving he's someone who hasn't earned respect from anyone, let alone this innocent woman.
For me. Right over there where we were standing. On the concrete here. Step back here. Stand right here. And face this way towards me. Alright, couple questions for you. Are you sick or injured today?
No.
Do you have any physical limitations? No. Nothing that would prevent you from standing on one leg? Are you diabetic or epileptic? Are you taking any medications or drugs? Have you suffered any head trauma? No. Okay.
I have my grandma's here and I have my appointment legs.
Okay, I'll try and get you out of here as soon as I can, okay? Turn and face me, okay? I want you to stand with your feet together like this. Put your hands at your side. Put your feet together. Both of them together. Make sure they touch. Touch your feet. Perfect. You see my pen here?
Yes.
Okay. I want you to look at my pen. All right? I want you to follow my pen with your eyes and your eyes only, keeping your head looking forward. You understand? Okay.
The officer accused the elderly woman of not following his instructions and began raising his voice, claiming he was giving her another chance. But let's be honest, he never should have approached her in the first place. Now imagine the fear she felt when he hinted at jail if she didn't comply. For an 80-year-old woman, that kind of threat was more than intimidating, it was downright cruel.
You're not following my pen.
I follow.
You're not.
Yes, I do.
I'm going to give you one more opportunity to do this exercise, okay?
I do.
Look at my pen.
Follow.
Look at my pen.
Yeah, I look at it.
Okay? And you're going to follow it with your eyes only, keeping your head still, looking forward. Do you understand? You're not doing what I'm asking you. Do you not understand the instructions I provided you?
I'm follow, yeah, your pen, my eyes.
You're not. You're looking away. You're moving your eyes on your own accord. You're not following my pen. I'm going to give you one more opportunity to do the exercise, and then I'm going to take you to jail based on the information I've already seen. So if you'd like to complete my exercises, we can do so. Okay? Otherwise, I'm going to base my decision on taking you to jail today on what I've already seen. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm giving you one more opportunity to follow my instructions. Stand with your feet together, hands by your side. Look at the tip of my pen. You're going to follow with your eyes and your eyes only, keeping your head still, looking forward. I'm going to do it at the speed that I'm supposed to, okay? We're doing this.
Just when you thought Officer Maduro couldn't sink any lower, he ordered the 80-year-old woman still recovering from hip surgery and struggling to stand to walk in a straight line for a sobriety test. It's hard not to suspect he chose an exercise he knew she'd failed just to justify taking her to jail. If you think this was the worst of his actions, brace yourselves. Things were gonna get even uglier.
Right here. What I want you to do is we're going to use this line for this next exercise. Stand right there facing this way. Stand right there and face that way. Natalia, stand right here where I'm standing. No, I want you to stand right here. Face that way. Okay? Take your left foot and put it on this line. Take your left foot and put it on this line. Like this. Put your foot on that line. Okay, stay right there. Take your right foot and put it in front of that left one like this. On the line. Put your hands at your side.
Listen, yeah, I'm tired.
Are you going to complete the exercise?
I'm tired.
Okay, I don't care if you're tired right now. My job is to make sure that you're safe to drive.
What your name?
I'm going to tell you one more time. I'm going to give you the instructions to the exercise one more time. Put your left foot.
At one point, the pain in her legs and hip became unbearable and the woman had to sit down. But instead of showing understanding, Officer Motoro seized the moment. He twisted her actions into resisting and used it as an excuse to arrest her. His determination to put her in handcuffs was so blatant it seemed inevitable. And sadly for this poor woman, his unchecked power was about to take its toll.
Put your right foot in front of that left, like such. And put your hands at your side. You're going to stay like that until I tell you to begin. Do you understand? Okay. When I tell you to start, you're going to take a series of 9 heel-to-toe steps, counting out loud, looking down at your foot. 9 heel-to-toe steps on this line. It's going to look like such.
Listen. Where you work?
I work for the city of Cape Coral.
Cape Coral. I don't see Cape Coral and find you.
You're not free to leave. Are you going to complete the exercise?
I'm tired.
I don't care if you're tired. Are you going to complete the exercise? I'm asking you to complete exercises to determine whether or not you're safe to drive.
I failed. Drive very fast. Safe.
Are you going to complete the exercises? If not, I'm going to take you to jail based on what I've already seen. Are you going to continue?
Okay.
Put your left foot in front of your right. Put your hands down by your side. When I tell you to begin, you're going to take 9 heel-to-toe steps on this.
It didn't take long for Officer Motoro to act on what he clearly intended from the start, arresting the poor woman, but shockingly, this wasn't his biggest mistake of the day. What happened after her arrest revealed just how cruel and tyrannical he could be. Officer Motoro didn't just fail as a policeman, he failed as a human being. The level of misunderstanding and abuse he displayed will leave you in disbelief.
I'm not going to play this game anymore. Hey. Relax, okay?
It's okay, ma'am. It's okay. Don't tense up, okay? Tense up.
Relax. Do not turn around. You're going to jail. You're under arrest. Yeah, she won't follow any instructions.
Officer Motoro handcuffed the elderly woman with her hands behind her back, knowing full well it would worsen her balance, already compromised by recent surgeries. The least he could have done was place her hands in front. Instead, it became disturbingly clear that Motoro was reveling in power that he held over this vulnerable 80-year-old woman, and sadly, his cruelty didn't stop there.
Told her to put the car in park multiple times. She had the car in reverse. She tried to argue. Asked her to put. Stay back there. I'll come explain it.
This is my mom.
I don't care. Stand back there.
You gotta stay back. You gotta listen. Follow our instructions. Do not touch me, sir.
Then stand back there and I'll come explain it to you in a minute.
Are you recording? Are you arresting my mother? I'm asking you a question.
Stand right here. Don't resist. Relax. Relax. If you kick me, I'm going to add additional charges. Relax.
What are you doing?
You're under arrest.
In a shocking display, Officer Motoro told the elderly woman on camera to stop resisting and warned her not to be aggressive or hit him, an 80-year-old grandmother, as a threat to an armed policeman. Hardly. It was painfully obvious these were just empty excuses designed to paint her as an aggressor and justify his actions. Sadly, this wasn't the last of his attempts to shift blame or protect his position.
Come back here. Ma'am, I'm trying to be cooperative with you and assist you.
Do not do violence.
I'm not doing violence. Stay back there.
No idea.
You violent.
I will come talk to you in a minute. Back here for me, please.
Это моя перс здесь.
Back here, please.
Перс мой. Жизнь. You violence. I don't know. You're a big brother.
Officer Motoro wasn't the only tyrant that day. Officer Perez followed suit, displaying an appalling lack of understanding or compassion. Together, they acted as if the lives of those without a badge were worth less, treating the elderly woman with utter disregard. If you think this sounds like an exaggeration, just wait. Officer Perez's actions will make it painfully clear how little respect they had for anyone but themselves.
You знает? You знает?
Take a seat, please.
I can't.
Turn around and
I can't sit.
turn around and have a seat. Turn around. Slide your feet in.
Yeah, I can't.
Trevor, I'm gonna help you sit up a little bit, okay?
I can't.
Officer Perez took things further by locking the elderly woman in a police car without air conditioning, leaving her to endure the stifling heat. Just when it seemed like the officers were ready to wrap up their shameful day and head back to the station, the woman's son appeared. What followed was a heated confrontation that would expose even more about the officers' unjust actions.
She left your house? Was she with you at home?
Yes, we live together. We sold. Okay. We moved from 2 houses into 1, so she can be under control. But she can perfectly drive.
What does that mean, being under control? She needs to be under control.
Well, sometimes she needs to be watched over. She's, because we moved them together. I make sure she can drive okay. She's drive fine. But please don't take her away. If she's gonna die, that's a possibility. She's on medication. Please don't take her. Okay? This is, pretend this is your mother. This is my mother. Okay.
I understand. I totally understand that.
I'm going to be calling attorneys.
Absolutely.
Everybody.
You have every right to do so.
Oh, you guys have no idea. You'll never leave a court.
I will give you my supervisor's information as well. You could talk to her right now.
You cannot take her to jail.
Okay,
you cannot.
hold on. For one, explain to me her situation.
She is not under any influence. She might be on.
That wasn't my question. What you're saying that she has difficulties.
What does she do?
I'm trying to get to the bottom of it, okay? Does she take medications?
Yes.
What does she take?
She take blood pressure. Mm-hmm. She's got the whole 90. I can hold on a second.
The woman's son calmly explained to Officer Motoro that his mother wasn't under the influence and only took blood pressure medication, hardly unusual for someone her age. But instead of listening, Motoro doubled down, repeating a story about an accident she had already allegedly caused. Her son, unconvinced, called him out, which only infuriated the officer further. Motoro's fragile ego couldn't handle the challenge, and his behavior was about to escalate even more.
Please release her arms, hands. She's not violent. Unbelievable. Calling my wife, she knows all the medication. Do you need a list of
I don't need that right now. Just tell me.
She's on blood pressure medication. Maybe they gave her something there. She struck someone on the way here.
Correct. That's what we got called out here for, was that she was involved in an accident in the parking lot.
Over here?
Over here.
No, this is an old one.
Okay. Well,
That's an old one. That's not.
We have a witness that says that they noticed it.
This is an old one. I can assure she. Okay. She did that a long time ago.
Okay. If you give me an opportunity, I'm trying to explain it to you. Okay.
Okay. Go ahead.
We got called here for an accident. Witnesses say that they watched her hit another vehicle in the parking lot.
Where's the vehicle?
If you give me an opportunity to explain, I'll tell you the whole situation.
Go ahead.
Okay. The vehicle was parked over there where I'm parked now. Your mother pulled into the parking lot next to them, or parking spot next to them, struck that vehicle, and continued here. She then got out of the vehicle and went inside and continued her business in there until she came back out here. Okay. When I got here,
it was clear Officer Maduro hadn't anticipated someone knowledgeable about the law to step in and challenge him. His frustration was palpable as he argued with the woman's son, his tone increasingly unpleasant and dismissive. Meanwhile, let's not forget, the elderly woman was still sitting in the back of the police car, trapped in the stifling heat without air conditioning.
I was called here by this officer based on concerns from the staff inside that she was impaired.
Is
Okay?
that with tattoos? He's an officer?
He's one of our civilian officers, yes.
Okay.
Okay?
All right, go ahead.
He was called here to investigate the crash. He called me because of the concerns that were voiced by the staff on her behavior and her speech and things like that.
What
and concerns.
behavior? What is she, violent?
I'm trying to explain it to you if you give me the opportunity.
You should get to the point, because here keep
Well, you want all the facts as to why she's in handcuffs in the back of my car now. I'm trying to explain that to you.
What did she do?
Okay? When I got here, she attempted to put the car in reverse and refused to listen to me telling her to put the car in park because she was not free to leave. At that point, I gave her strict commands to put the car in park. She reached up to put the car in park, but actually turned on the windshield wipers and then reached down and actually put the car in neutral, took her foot off the brake, the car started moving backwards, at which point I told her, you're not in park. She put the car in drive, drove forward, and then finally, after the third attempt, put the car into park, okay? I then asked her to step out of the vehicle so I can investigate further, okay, as to her impairment. Her speech is slurred. She's slow to respond to questions. These behaviors that she's presented by not doing as I instructed and doing...
She's scared here, of course, you know. What do you
Okay.
She's 80 years old woman. After she had a stroke, she had a broken hip.
If you're curious about Officer Maduro's fate and whether he faced consequences for his actions, stick around. We'll get to it soon. But before we do, let's take a moment to witness more of his tyrannical behavior and hear the absurd excuses he offered to justify his misconduct. His attempts to defend himself only make his actions look worse.
She's from hospital to a hospital. She cannot be arrested. She needs to go home. She didn't do anything. She's not violent.
Are you saying that we should have let her drive away?
No. I'm going to take her home. She's not going to drive. She's not going to drive till she's going to be off the medicine. Please, let me take her home.
The other part of this was that I asked her to do some exercises to determine whether or not she was impaired. She refused to do them. Okay, the little bit that she did do shows me that she probably is impaired.
Yes, maybe
probably by her medication, which means she's not safe. She's not safe to drive.
She's not safe to drive.
Okay.
I agree with you.
And that all stems from the fact that she had an accident in the parking lot here.
Yeah.
So she shouldn't have been driving in the first place.
Yeah, she's not going to drive. I assure you that. Please.
Okay.
Where's the other vehicle, though? We're going to take care of that.
The other vehicle's gone.
Why?
They didn't even know that they were involved in an accident.
Do they have any damage? Because this is an old damage.
I don't know. I was not here for the accident investigation.
Yeah, because if they left, they didn't have any damage. I mean, we have an insurance. We have lawyers. We are strong lawyers, and we know that. We know if anything is going to happen, one phone call, everything's going to be taken care of. We live right around the corner.
Okay. I still have a job to do.
But you can't. You're not going to take her, are you? You cannot take her.
The woman's son pleaded with the officers, begging them not to arrest her, emphasizing her age and innocence. But Officer Maduro wasn't ready to back down. Convinced or pretending that she was drunk, he pulled out his ace, trying to prove intoxication despite it being obvious to everyone that her behavior stemmed from old age, not alcohol.
What I've seen is she's impaired. She should not be driving.
She's not impaired.
Okay, that's not the determination for you to make.
Listen, are you ready to face the judges? Are you ready to that? I think you know. You are too young for that, sir.
This is not my first DUI, so don't try and claim
She's not drinking. She's not.
I'm not going to sit here and debate it with you.
She's not drunk. Are you out of your mind?
Impairment doesn't necessarily mean alcohol. As I've already explained, I don't believe she's impaired.
Medications. Yes, she's
right.
Exactly.
So she should not be driving.
Maybe.
Okay.
But the doctor
so you
says
know
she
that.
can.
So you know that. So why is she driving?
I didn't know when she left.
Okay, so the blame is not on us. The blame is on you if you allowed her to drive knowing she's not supposed to.
She's not drunk. She's not.
Okay, let me ask you this.
She's under medication.
Let me ask you.
Continue taking.
Let me ask you this one
blood
question.
pressure might go high up, and she will die.
Let me ask you this one
that,
question.
Sir, you don't want to go to jail. Trust me, you don't go to jail for that. God forbid something happened to my mother. I will not leave you alone for the rest of your life.
Let me ask you this one question, okay?
You have to understand that.
Let's say your mother...
We're gonna take everything you have. My attorney is gonna chew you up.
Okay, I suggest you don't make threats, okay?
My mother.
It's not up to you.
It's not a threat.
It's not up to you.
It's a statement.
It's not up to you.
You can record that.
The more the woman's son begged the police to release her, promising to take care of her himself, the more determined Officer Maduro came to taking her to jail. Perhaps he felt powerful, fueled by pleas, basking in the control he thought he held. As for Officer Perez, he was right there, not to help or de-escalate, but to once again make an already terrible situation even worse.
You put your cameras on, right. I don't really care. Okay.
Let me ask you this. Let's say we let your mom drive out of here without investigating.
She's not going to drive.
Listen to me for 1 second. Let's say we allowed your mom to drive out of here without determining whether or not she was impaired. Let's say we did a simple crash investigation. We ignored the concerns that they voiced about her being impaired. We let her drive out of here without determining impairment. Let's say she pulls onto veterans and runs a red light and hits and kills somebody or kills herself because she was impaired. Then whose fault is it? Then would you be upset because she got in an accident and killed herself or killed somebody else?
I have a vehicle.
I understand that, but we're beyond that point.
We know that.
She's not going to drive.
Absolutely.
We know that. Leave the car right here.
We know that, sir.
She's got driver's. Have you seen her driver's license?
Her driver's license is right here. Yeah.
Okay, so she's got valid driver's license.
Okay, but that still
got valid insurance. She's got everything she needs.
That still does not ignore the fact that she's impaired.
You're making a false statement.
I'm not. Based on my training and experience, your mother is impaired and should not be driving a vehicle.
We're doing our job. We're taking our responsibility.
But you cannot take her to jail. It's ridiculous. You guys on the wrong. Go arrest criminals. There's a law.
After half an hour, and only after involving their superior, Officer Perez and Officer Maduro finally decided to release the elderly woman and return her to her son. When they opened the vehicle, they found her disoriented, drenched in sweat, and trembling from overwhelming stress she had endured. Their actions that day didn't just humiliate her, they left her physically and emotionally drained.
So this is what's going to happen. We're going to release her to you, okay, so that you can drive her home, and I'm going to put in for her license to be for her to be reevaluated on the status of her driver's license. Okay. Until that happens, she cannot drive. Okay. Likely, it's probably a result of the medications that she's taking. Okay. Can we agree on that?
Yes.
Okay. So.
I cannot. All of a sudden, my phone went dead.
Okay. You understand from our standpoint,
yes,
though.
Thank you.
Because had this been somebody else's family member,
we're going to take care of it.
Right.
Whatever it takes.
Okay. Because we have a job to do, regardless of her age and her medical history. We have to take that into consideration, and the fact that she's driving impaired by those medications. Okay.
This woman's health deteriorated after the ordeal. Her speech became more slurred, her balance worsened. She now relies on a walker or support to move. Meanwhile, Officers Perez and Maduro have faced no accountability despite their obvious misconduct. Thankfully, her son shared the video on social media to expose their actions and is planning to sue. Their behavior wasn't just unprofessional, it was cruel and reckless, and a stark abuse of power. You'd think it couldn't get any worse, but our next video will leave you speechless. Just when it seems like they've hit their lowest point, some officers always find a way to sink even lower. Stay tuned, because there's always another story showing just how far things can get out of hand.